Hello everyone, happy Friday. We are going to be going over some new stock, um, some decks, books, I've got some oils. So it's just going to be a little bit of a random live. So this is a way to get some last minute Christmas gifts. I cannot guarantee that anything that is bought during the slide that has to be shipped out will make it in time for Christmas. But if you are local and want to claim something on the live and come in and pick it up and just claim it before anyone else can get their hands on it, we can do that as well. So I have some options for you. So in front of you are two of our new decks. We have the Wicked Tarot deck. It comes with the guidebook. So for those who are Wicked fans, there is a deck for it. This is going to be what the cards look like on the back. It comes with the traditional 78 cards and a 128 guidebook. So right there is the caption, or the little bit of the blurb that they put in for the deck. And a better look at their artwork. I haven't seen Wicked. I never have gone to the musicals, so I cannot talk about it and hype it up in a way, but I know that people out there are really loving the movies and big fans of the musical itself. So this one here is $27.99 and is available in our store as well as online. The second one I have here, this is the Green Witches deck of magical herbalism. This is from the author of the Green Witch book. It's very popular. We keep it stocked regularly. So this one has 20 of the most magical herbs, plants, and flowers to empower your craft. On the back, this is the artwork that we have going on. So it gives you what each plant is good for. It is less of an oracle deck and more of a guide. So if you are wanting to work with a certain plant, want to know quite what it's good for, this is a really good guide without you having to flip through a book. So you get cards instead of a book. And it gives you a lot of information. So like looking here, it has the properties, how it's found. It also, on the back of it, has a spell. So if you want to do any sort of actual crafting with the flowers, it gives you a step-by-step instruction on the back of the card. Here is your blurb. So for further wisdom, you'll explore the accompanying guidebook. So it does come with a guidebook for assistance on the different ways to prepare your herbs, the planetary associations of each plant, and crystals and stones in harmony with the plants and more. So it gives you more than just the basic info. It gives you a lot of the elemental info as well with each plant. So if you know someone in your life that is a green witch, or maybe you are yourself and want to learn a little bit more about herbalism, this is a really good helper to have. So, and this one here is 20 exactly. Okay. So this right here is a book. This is Hecate the Witch by Nikita Gill. It is a hardback, really pretty book. This is what we're looking at here. So this book has a lot of spells in it. Um, it talks a lot about Hecate and her place the um, in the basically deity world. Um, if I open it up, a lot of the pages look like this. It almost looks like poetry, but it's all about her. It's about how she came to be. Um, and it's almost written, yeah, like a poetry book. So, really, really pretty book, and definitely a must have for people that work with Hecate. It's very, very different from the traditional Hecate books that you see, where it's more spell oriented and or working oriented. This is more so developing and understanding her place a little bit more. Um, so this is a 20, I want to say it was 20, hang on. Yes, 1999 for this one here. And it's a pretty thick book, really pretty. And again, that hardcover. Usually don't find hardcovers for less than $30 these days. So it's a pretty nice item to have. And then going into keeping the Hecate stuff going. So we now have exclusive candles made specifically for Goddess Elite from a practitioner. She not only makes the actual candle itself, but also each candle is engraved. So this is the Hecate candle. It comes in a black tin with a engraving on the front into the metal tin. And this is what we've got on the inside. So it looks like larvacite, safflower, comes with a skeleton key, and it's all wood wick, so you get that really nice burn and the crackling. So super comfy to have during the winter months. You can use this as an offering candle, an invocation candle. You can just light it just because you like the smell of it. It has its own unique smell profile. So it's definitely one you have to smell in person, in my opinion. It's very Hecate associated, so it's dark and woodsy, but not too masculine of a smell. It still has that woodsy feminine, but also dark goddess scent to it. It's not super sweet, but it's also not super musky. So it's definitely one you have to smell in person. I've never quite smelled anything like it before, but I really like it. I don't even have anything to compare it to. So each candle is made with the essential oils and the perfume oils And I know who makes these is Kathy. She takes a lot of pride in her work. So she didn't release these until she was happy with them. And we are very happy with the end product. So this is what we've currently got. So if you are a Hecate devotee or know somebody who is, or just want to treat yourself, this is a really nice candle. These are 30 handcrafted homemade candles. And then while we're on it, we have a new Hecate statue that we got in. Can't have her fit in the screen here. So it comes with her dogs. We've got the Hecatean wheel on the back along with Ouroboros. And it is dual-sided, so it doesn't just have a flat back. They do finish the design on the back. So you've got the triple moon along with a smaller version of the Hecatean wheel, and the dogs have their tails twisted to the other side. So, and then you have her. So it's a very unique one. I really like it. It's probably one of my favorite statues that we have of her. So if you are just wanting to add another statue to your altar, or you're finally looking for one, I think this is a really good option. The colors are really neutral, so depending on how loud or how dull in color your altar is, I think this would be a really good one for someone that has more of an earthy vibe, or someone who has a little bit more of a darker altar, but it can still work for someone that keeps it a little bit lighter. She is about, I want to say she's about 10 inches tall, and she is 40. She has what's called a wood finish. She is resin, but the finish on the top is a wood finish to give it that type of earthy look. Any questions? Anything that anyone would like to see? I'm just going to kind of go with what I've got on the table, and then if anyone wants to see anything separate that is not on the table, I can do that as well. So we added this shadow work deck to our shadow work section. We do have a whole section in our book aisle that is dedicated to shadow work. We have shadow work journals as well as just books in general on how to learn about how to implement shadow work. For those who are unfamiliar with the term, this is all about your bringing up your shadows. So the darker parts of yourself, the uh, the shadow self. You have your higher self, and then you have your shadow self. And your shadow self is things that you can bring to the surface, maybe past traumas that still kind of linger around. So think of it as like the shadow that always follows you. And you can choose to make friends with it, or you can choose to let it continue to weigh you down. So, shadow work helps with bringing those things up and working with that side of yourself, and not necessarily diminishing it, but understanding that the experiences that you have experienced, and the things that you have gone through make you the person that you are. And it doesn't necessarily, things that happen to you do not make you a bad person. This is a way of coming into terms with those things. So this comes with the card deck, the guidebook, and a workbook. Um, I It has a little, I it is sealed, so I'm not going to open it, but it has a magnetic side. So it is to explore your unconsciousness, integrate parts of yourself that may have been repressed or hidden, and realize your true potential. By combining these interactive components, you'll be able to begin discovering your shadow, or if you've already begun, go deeper and find an authentic connection to who you really are. So it comes with quite a lot of tools. So if you are ready to dive into that, or you know someone that could benefit from this is a really good option because of all it includes. But we also do have other shadow work options as well in the book aisle. I'll grab a couple more items. What you're hearing in the background is our Christmas playlist, but they take a lot of pop culture songs and make it into a I don't want to say orchestra. That's not the proper word. Acoustic. So you can still jam out to the song if you know what the lyrics are. Alright. So, if you're familiar with this artwork or the Seasons of the Witch, they have made oracle decks based on the Sabbats, so the seasons. So you've got, they've got decks for Yule and Samhain and Imbolc. There's a lot, and I want to say they've covered them all. So we tend to talk about the Seasons of the Witch Oracle deck involving around the time of the year that it is. We do have one for Yule that is still available on our Yule table, but they recently dropped their tarot. So it is a journey through Yule and Imbolc. So it's like half of the year. So here's the back with the cards. So it looks like they renamed some of the cards to make it make sense for the deck. So you've got the Hermit is the Winter Hermit. Midnight, I'm gonna guess, is the Moon card. And then we have the Ace of Winter Cups, which is just the Ace of Cups. Unless they're doing this differently. But if you are, they use the familiar elements of the Rider-Waite system, but they transform them into that Winter to Imbolc or Yule to Imbolc type vibe here. So it's a pretty big deck. It's got a pretty big guidebook. So if you are someone who likes to have different decks for different times of the year, this would be a good one for winter time, obviously, Yule time. So yeah. This one is $29.95 and perfect for this time of the year. For those who don't know, the winter solstice is the 21st. So it is the start of winter, the longest night of the year. So breaking out into that, since we are talking about it, We have some candles for those who pay attention to our social media. Bayberry is meant to be burned in candle form towards the end of the year. It is said that if you burn a bayberry candle before the beginning of the new year, so usually you keep it burning all throughout New Year's Eve, that it will help with bringing wealth and abundance to you and keeps you happy going into the next year. So we have some bayberry votives, even if you just like the smell. Maybe you don't necessarily participate. But we have bayberry votives, and we also have bayberry tapers. So if you like more of the long sticks, we have those as well. We've also got the traditional holly berry around this time. These little votives burn for a really long time. They burn for up to 20 hours. And these guys aren't, they're not very big. They're votive size, but they will burn for almost the whole day. So if you want a combination of what smells like Christmas or the holidays, hollyberry and bayberry burned together will make your house smell magical. It'll smell like jam and like earthy pine, but not quite the pine. Bayberry does have a little bit of a sweeter smell to it. It reminds me of around the time that I had family members that would burn bayberry around this time, and it smells up a whole room, and it smells amazing. So these guys are available. I want to say they are $5 a votive. I don't have the price on me, but they burn for a long time. So these could last you a couple days if you just kind of burn them for half a day, or if you even want to burn them the whole time. So these are the traditional smells, but we also have peppermint bark, and this smells like straight up sweet peppermint. Same exact thing, burns for 20 hours. So if you aren't a fan of the traditional Christmas smells and want more pepperminty, we have these ones as well. These are all by the Root Company. And then I brought these ones over. So these are tea lights. Cinnamon is great for wealth, abundance, opening roads, opportunity. So that's why, there is that common ritual spell that people do at the first of the month, and that is to blow cinnamon into your home to help invite in abundance. So burning a cinnamon spice candle, you can use it for ritual. You can have it lighted around the house during this time, trying to manifest all of the wealth, abundance, warmth, opportunity, and open roads. So these are very fragranced. So you can smell it through the package, which I am a fan of. But surprisingly, these little votives burn for about 4 hours each. And these aren't votives, sorry, tea lights. These tea lights burn for about 4 hours. So nice to burn around the time that maybe you're opening gifts, or whatever your Yule ritual is, or Christmas ritual, whatever it is that you celebrate. Lighting one of these definitely will bring in the vibes. So and then if you just want to bring in the scent of bayberry, maybe not necessarily in candle form, I have Bayberry by Sun's Eye. Bayberry is also good for discipline, surprisingly enough. I really like that. So, disciplining yourself and keeping yourself motivated. And then I have a bigger bottle here of Bayberry as well. So, this one here, oh, I didn't even tell you how much these guys were. If you want this pack, It is $15. Comes with 4, wow, 8, I'm a liar, 8 scented candles. This oil here is 10. And this one here is 18. Smell like bayberry. It does very much smell like bayberry. So it's not just bayberry named, it smells like bayberry. And then we'll run through these guys. Hopefully you'll be able to see it through the plastic, but there is a reason why I am keeping it in the plastic. So we have, from a practicing witch or a practitioner, are wealth and luck candles. So these have runes carved into them, the binding runes to help bind luck and wealth and abundance to you. It also is dressed with essential oils. These are not the cheap oils that you might be used to seeing or dressing candles with. Essential oils are higher in concentration and a lot healthier to inhale. And on top of that, they are a derivative from the actual plant or resin that they take from. That's, I guess, something I just feel like I need to educate people on. These are not considered essential oils. This is a concentrated oil for aroma. And the same thing with this one here. Essential oils we do carry, but essential oils are what you should be burning in diffusers, and they're okay to inhale and they're okay to ingest depending on what it's derived from. Those are what you want to put in your diffusers. If you are putting in oils like these that are meant for dressing candles, um, it's first off, it's cut with other oils, um, which aren't healthy to inhale. On top of that, it is probably more likely to ruin your diffuser. So definitely be cautious of the oils you're putting in your diffuser. Otherwise, you are going to end up spending more money because you are going to have a ruined diffuser. Um, so anyway, all of that to say that this is dressed with essential oils, so the more expensive oils. The candle itself is green, associated with wealth, abundance, and luck. And the herbs that it is dressed with are in correlation to wealth, luck, and abundance. So it is basically, you've got the color coordination, you've got the binding runes that are carved into it, and then you can see the binding runes in there. And then you have the herbs. So it just packs everything with a double whammy here. Um, I think people ask like what dressing candles are, and this is it. This is considered a dressed candle where it is given more of an umph than just lighting a candle. We have a couple of these, and these are $8 each. They should burn for a little while. These are tapered, so make sure if you do purchase them, make sure you have a safe place to burn, because these guys can make a little bit of a mess because they stand up a little bit higher than your traditional chime candle. So just make sure you are burning your candles on a fire safe plate and or glass, etc. So again, these are wealth and luck binding rune candles, $8 each. If there's anything that anyone would like to see, let me know. I have a couple decks in the back I'll go over, and depending on anyone's interest, will determine if we stay on a little bit longer. But I do have at least 2 more decks to show that are new that I haven't shown yet. Alright, so this is the Dream Gate Oracle. This is a deck for self-reflection. Also comes with a guidebook. It has the magnetic side. This is what you're opening it up to. So this is the guidebook. Pretty thick. It's actually like a little mini book. And then the cards are inside this box. So this is all about discovering the uncharted expanses of your dreaming mind. Comes with a 184-page full-color guidebook. It comes with the keepsake storage box. And then the cards are 50 cards. And then it comes in the travel box. So this is the keepsake box. The one inside is the travel box you can take out, take with you. This is what the artwork looks like. It's very whimsical, majestic. Looks like somewhere I want to live. So this deck is filled with rich symbology and open-ended imagery. It is a good tool to support your dreams in day-to-day life. It's meant to evoke subconscious landscapes and celestial vistas. And cards on this deck have been carefully crafted by visual artist and leading Oracle deck creator Danielle Noel to explore the magic of your own inner worlds. So there is that one. And my last one is the 13 Sacred Nights Oracle. This is a yearly solstice tradition. Lots of big boxes in these decks that we've gotten, but we don't really have many small ones. So this is about reclaiming the true magic of the solstice season itself. The blurb is long, but this is a roadmap for the coming year with Magical Winter Solstice Oracle, inspired by the ancient wisdom and rhythms of nature. So it looks like this one is more winter-oriented, because it goes over the 13 nights, or people call them the 13 magical nights, or 12 magical nights. And those are the days leading into the new year after, I want to say it's after Christmas. Wish I knew a little bit more. But those are the times that the days that you manifest for the life that you want going into the following year. So this would be a really cool deck to work with around that time. I love working with decks like this, especially ones that are helping with like tapping into inner wisdom and helping you get through a little bit of these little dark periods. So this is what the artwork looks like. This one is completely plastic shut, so I cannot open it. But it has a realistic imagery to it, partnered with the unrealistic imagery that they put around it to make it like one bigger picture. So that is the 13 Sacred Nights Oracle. That is perfect for a time like now. All right, everybody. I've gone over everything on the table. If you have anything you would like to see or you want to see again, let me know. I'm leaving it open to like last call. Anything that is purchased today, I cannot guarantee that it will make it by Christmas, but if you are local to the area, you can purchase it ahead of time and then we keep it saved for you so you can always just come and pick it up before the holidays. Um, as far as this upcoming weekend, Marianne Winkowski will be here tomorrow. She had to reschedule last week. So she will be in tomorrow from 1 to 4. She will be here signing books, answering questions. For those who do want to know, she does not do readings. She is strictly here to just kind of get to know everybody and sign any sort of books that you may have or questions about her books as well. So we have her coming tomorrow. It will be your readers tomorrow will be Maria Cerna, who is a pranic healer and medium. Gregory Nicholas, which I want to say he is booked out, so he will be here, but he will just not be available. And then Calavera, our Crystal Skull, Lenormand, and Oracle reader. So you have reading options if you would like a reading before the year is up and you're just trying to get everything together. This is a good time to get a reading along with getting a reading at the beginning of the year, so you can kind of see what the layout of your year is looking like. Let's see, what am I missing? Every weekend up to, which I want to say this is going to be our last weekend. We have local vendors that come into the store on Saturday and Sunday. We have people this weekend as well as, I don't want to say next weekend because I don't quite know, but I know we have people this weekend. So if you are wanting to still shop small and still looking around for items for your people, we have other people as well within our store. On top of that, for those who do not know, we also do have local vendors that do sell out of our store. So there are options to shop small within the small business uh, through other small businesses. So many options here. But if that is it, everyone, have a great Friday. Definitely stop in and see us. We are running 30% off of all jewelry right now. That will end at the end of the day on Christmas Eve. And we're only open till 5 on Christmas Eve. And even then, if we are slow, we will actually be closing earlier. So you don't have a full day on Christmas Eve. But we're running that deal all weekend into next week, and after that, it will be null and void. So, if you are looking for jewelry for a friend, a partner, yourself, take 30% off of bracelets, rings, pendants, even our silver and gold chains. So, with that being said, you guys have a great rest of your night, and we hope to see you this weekend. Have a great one, everyone.